Hey y'all, Dr. A, your instructor, and I want to introduce myself to the class and tell you who my favorite theorist is, and then tell you why I stop at red lights, which is the first assignment. So I'm Dr. Sina Anahita. I've been in Alaska almost 15 years now. Just love it here. I'm not looking forward to the cold snap that we're about to get, but I like it here quite a bit. I'm originally from North Carolina and was really influenced by the civil rights movement that happened in the 1960s, also very influenced by the feminist movements and the gay and lesbian liberation movement and the movement for farmers and rural areas that all happened in my lifetime. All of this stuff has unfolded during my lifetime, and it's been really quite exciting to be a sociologist and see all these dramatic social changes that are happening. So that's who I am. I live on the edge of the Alaska wilderness with a dog, a cat, and my spouse. Love it, but again, not looking forward to the cold weather. So when I was reading this first chapter that very briefly describes the theorist who we're going to be studying this semester, I'm struck over and over again about how I'm really attracted to Karl Marx's theories more than anybody else's. I like some of the other theories quite a bit, and I use dramaturgy and symbolic interactionism in some of my research. But Karl Marx just answers questions for me, and I think that one of the things that I'm struck more than anything else is that Karl Marx gives us he invites us to be able to criticize our current situation, our current social situations, as fundamentally unfair and as biased against certain groups of people. So when, for instance, Marx criticized the morality of capitalism, and of course he was writing in the start of the Industrial Revolution when work conditions were just simply horrible for workers in urban areas were congested and just in terrible shape. It was just an awful time to be living as a worker, living and working as a worker in the urban factories in the 1800s. And he thought this was fundamentally immoral, and that's the words that he uses, immoral. So I look at some of the ravages of capitalism now, and I see echoes of Marx's critiques about the morality of capitalism. Now, don't get me wrong. I love capitalism. I love the goods and services that capitalism brings me. What I don't like about capitalism is how fundamentally unfair it can be. I want capitalism to distribute resources more equitably in our society. So that's Karl Marx was and still is to this day my favorite theorist, especially as I'm reading this beginning chapter. Now, the third question that I'm supposed to answer in this introductory video is to tell you why I stop at red lights. And I stop at red lights because of the power of authority. So it's even if I'm in the middle of the country and there is nobody else around and there's a stoplight, I'm still going to stop at it because of the power of authority. That's how I've been socialized so thoroughly to obey authority. And maybe later on in the class I'll tell you some of my conflicts that I've had about obeying authority and some of the times that I really desperately wish that I had not obeyed authority. But so far, I stop at red lights because of authority. So now I challenge you, tell us who you are, introduce yourself to us, tell us where you're from, what's your major, that kind of stuff, anything you think would be interesting about yourself. Then tell us which theorist you seem most interested in and finding out more about that you read about in this first chapter. And then tell us, why do you stop at red lights? All right, see you later. Bye.